about what museum operation is. Let's go!
BI Information Center. In this room, the visitors will have the access to abundant information from the past to the present moment with quite lengthy time series about the history and the role of the central bank. All this information may be obtained through multimedia equipment and is readily useful for conducting research, analysis, making, and so on, apart from the information from the central bank. Other information from various sources, domestic and overseas, are also available. Visitors can also print any data or information from the computer. In addition to such plentiful information, the central bank has launched BI Virtual Museum that provides information about the central bank museum through the internet network. Auditorium. This auditorium is situated on the second floor of the Central Bank Museum, adjacent to BI Information Center. This room is used to convene seminars and discussions sponsored by the central bank or outside parties.
First, there will be a 3D hologram space. If we catch a coin on the wall in that room, there will be an explanation of the coin that we caught.
Mission 1. To provide information about the history of Indonesian Central Bank that is complete, accurate, and objective, and easily accessible and understood by the public. 2. To provide educative facility and recreational means to the
This mini expedition in the time hole began in the era of the spice trade. The smell of spices immediately smelled, originating from several spices that were indeed presented, such as cinnamon, nutmeg, mace, and peppers, as objects of museum collections. The atmosphere was created like in a port. There is a replica of the ship used by our ancestors in the past, navigating the ocean with the capital of courage to trade spices. There is also sound of the wave, which further strengthened the atmosphere, describing how at the time the spice trade was growing rapidly. In fact, the spices from the archipelago are worth the equivalent of gold and are famous to European soil. Here also there are uniforms throughout the era of struggle. There are uniforms and weapons of Japanese, Indonesian, and Dutch fighters. These uniforms is stored on the floor. The floor is covered with very thick glass, so we can cross over it. There are types of money from various regions in the archipelago, or what we usually call Indonesia. It can be seen in this video. The Indonesian bank logo changed 14 times from 1870 to 2000. Since the Indonesian bank was still called the Java's Cabang, there was also a conflict about the logo in 2000s. The logo is said to be similar to the PKI or communist logo that symbolizes hammer and sickle.
The Jawash Bank was formed in 1828 as a circulation bank of the Dutch East Indies and was responsible in issuing Netherlands Indies guldens. The building stands in a plot that had been Batavia's inner hospital. In Dutch, it was saying Binnen Hospital, named Inner due its location being inside the wall, which built in the early 18th century and was abandoned in 1780 as the central hospital was moved to Weld Evreden. The building was sold to a trade firm, McQuaid Davidson and Co. in 1801 and was purchased by the Javash Bank in 1831.